think the video I'm going to edit into this recording is, yes, the video I will add is from when I was in Norway. I went to a coffee shop. It was snowy, and I found a really quiet place where I sat, and was I reading or was I writing? Well, you'll see in the video, I can't remember, but it was so cozy and so cold outside, so it was just perfect. And I took a video thinking, I'll use this for something, but for what? This. That's what. Hang on, let me have more coffee whilst you watch me have coffee. Okay, hang on. I have been not very on top of things when it comes to recording audio, and one of the reasons was because I bought 2 new microphones. Microphone A is here. Microphone B is here. They are the Behringer C2 matched microphones. And so this is my second time trying them out. I just did a video for my other channel, also Sprague. And I was also doing a video, so I was sort of distracted and unable to really focus on the microphones. So this, I feel, is my first time truly sort of playing with my mics and just to see how they are, proximity and such. But the reason I got these was because I love binaural ASMR, and I just really wanted 2 microphones, but it meant needing a new interface and the whole 9 yards, and I just basically felt a little bit put off by the prospect of organizing everything. So bear with me. I don't know how the recording quality will be because I'm still, having to figure out gain and, how close I can get to the microphone and all of that. So I thought I would just do a bit of playing around with the microphones a little bit of mic scratching and just ear to ear whispers. It might be that I have to lower down the gain because I'm not sure how close I can get to the microphone without it sort of distorting a little bit. But I expect we'll find out, won't we? So, how are you all? What's going on? I mustn't stay on too long because I have an appointment with my occupational therapist in an hour and 5 minutes, and I must eat first. So that is good. I see her every 2 weeks or so, and that is going very well. She is helping me sort of live a more a life where I get things done, I suppose, which is hard to do at times. fact that I see her every 2 weeks means that I sort of feel a bit like it gives me enough time to try things out, but also gives me enough accountability to sort of feel like I wanna try, like I want to be able to tell her, yes, I did this thing and this worked and this didn't work. Hang on, I do have coffee here. I'm gonna have some with you. So I've been seeing my occupational therapist for, I don't know, I guess it's been like 2 months now, but I've mainly seen her every 2 weeks, but there have been weeks that I've missed, and where she was away as well, so I think it's more like maybe I've had 4 sessions in total. Well, I guess that would pan out to every 2 weeks. No, I think I've more like I think I've had 3 sessions. I didn't really know what occupational therapy was. And basically I came upon it because there's a free organization that deals with or helps with mental health called Thrive here in Edinburgh. And they basically sort of gave me a, what would you say? Not like an interview, but I don't know. What's the word? You know, they spoke to me and listened to me. It's not like it wasn't a diagnosis. Anyway, they checked me out, let's just say, and then decided that occupational therapy would be the thing for me. Because a lot of this stuff, like I've been dealing with depression and anxiety, by myself for a long while. So I know a lot of the stuff. It's like, cognitive therapy, meditating, get out and exercise, all of that jazz. I know it. It's just hard to actually get it together and do it. So this is me, by the way. This sound, I'm caressing the microphones, the cables that go into the microphones. So one thing that's new about this current microphone setup is that I can actually hear myself. Because my previous setup, no matter what I tried, I wasn't able to hear what I was recording while I was recording it through my headphones, if you get me. Now I can actually hear, so I know how this sounds. And I know how softly to do it and such, based on what I hear. It's very fun. Oh, I really like this. So, and the fact that it's binaural already, this is great. It means I don't have to do any editing, like binaural editing, ear-to-ear editing, in post, as people say. People say in post. Now I'm saying it, I'm people. Anyway, back to the occupational therapy. I didn't know what it was before I went in. It's basically people who help you actually, I guess, deal with like functional stuff. It's not talk therapy, it's not cognitive therapy or dialectic. It's just like, okay, what do you need to get done, what you want to get done, sort of thing. I suspect I have undiagnosed ADHD, so I really find it very hard to get stuff done. But it's hard to know. Well, first of all, it's very hard to get a diagnosis in the UK right now on the NHS, so there's that. But it's hard to know like where one thing starts and another thing ends, because of my long-held depression, I found things hard to do, and then that makes me feel worse about myself, and then I feel anxious about not getting stuff done, and then when I have a thing to do, I find it hard to do, and then I don't trust that I can do it, and so on and so forth. Or Norwegian, og så videre, og så videre. I speak only a bit of Norwegian, but there's some things that stay in my head, and anytime I want to say etc., the Norwegian pops into my head, og så videre. Anyway, so yeah, the occupational therapist, it's been hard on occasion. The last time I went in, it was hard, but it turned out to be really good, because I went in, I hadn't actually seen her in about 3 weeks, and I didn't want to go in, because I felt like I had nothing to say for myself. I felt like I hadn't succeeded in anything that I was trying to do. But then once I got talking to her, and I was very honest, by the way, I was very honest. I was like, I'm actually really embarrassed to be here because I feel like I've nothing to show for myself. I also said to her that I felt like I was a lost cause. Not like in a big dramatic way, but I just felt like, look, I'm the one that has to be able to do these things, and I can't. But then once I got talking to her, I realized actually I've succeeded in much more things than I realized. Just things like trying to meditate more often. Like, okay, didn't manage to do it every day, but I've done it more than I used to. And can you hear that? Can you hear my chair squeaking? I love the sound of wooden chairs squeaking. I think it's lovely. Hang on, I'm gonna have some more coffee. So, what was I saying? I was saying... Okay, I don't remember what I was saying. So, let's just move on. So, the thing that I guess I've been learning from occupational therapy was, the way she started things was to kind of ask me what I was struggling with, what my goals were, which involved, she said like they could be anything, any sort of goal whatsoever, as far reaching, as general, as specific, whatever. So one of my goals was to be playing music more often, but what I really, really want was to feel like a sense of structure, but not just structure, but also kind of like momentum, such that each day wouldn't feel like a slog and like maximum effort every day, even, maximum effort even to get the minimal of things achieved. And anyway, so she was she's really great. She was sort of trying to say, okay, so what holds you back, and some of that stuff we sort of sorted through, and for me, sorry, when I say sorted through, I guess we wrote it down and just talked about it, and it was good to sort of take a moment to think through, like, yeah, what does hold me back? And I mentioned that often, like, just getting out of the house is really hard, especially if I don't get out in the morning and I leave sort of showering and getting out of the house till later. Then I sort of get into like a space of like a really melted brain, and she described it as like, she was saying, okay, so it sounds like executive function for you is harder later in the day. And I was like, that's what it is. It's executive function, just kind of switches off. So one of the habits I was trying to get into place was showering and getting dressed early in the morning. But my apartment is so cold. So one of the things that I did, which I found really helpful, was to get... Can you hear that, by the way? It's the train going by. One of the things I did was to get like a hoodie and tracksuit bottoms, but like nice warm ones. They're like a soft grey and they're all soft on the inside. And so I got a set because I wanted something that I felt like really pleased to put on in the morning. That would be, I would shower, put it on, and then stay nice and warm. And then when I go outside, I can put on like jeans or whatever. That was one of the habits I wanted to put into place, was to shower and get dressed early. And I've been pretty consistent with that. Not amazingly so, but a bit. And then getting more into meditating again. But I've noticed it's a lot of like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But the good thing about seeing my occupational therapist is that I then, when I'm talking to her, I realize that, okay, there were 2 steps back, but there were also those 1 steps forward. So that's good. And one of the things I found to be really helpful for me, because like I work from home and then I also play music from home when I'm practicing, and it's just kind of hard to do everything from home. And one thing I've done lately is find different places to get out and practice, and there are a few kind of rehearsal spaces and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to telling her that I succeeded in doing that today. Not today, I mean the last few weeks, but today I will see her and I will tell her that that was a success. I think possibly the main thing that I've been learning from occupational therapy, maybe the 2 kind of benefits, 3 maybe. One of them is the accountability, having someone who's sort of partaking in this project with me. And I'm not just on my own trying to do stuff. That feels good. What was the other things I know what the third thing is. I can't remember what the second one was. Okay, well, whatever. The most important thing, though, is she's very good at keeping me in check, because I have a tendency to want to change everything at once, and I constantly feel like I should be able to. But bit by bit, I'm getting better at just realizing that habits take some time. So, for example, I haven't been to the gym. That was my ankle cracking, I don't know if you heard it, but I haven't been to the gym in like 3 weeks. Prior to that, I probably hadn't been in just a super long time. So I've been very inconsistent. But I've been consistent with music. And I've really been improving. I've been playing more often. I had a gig on Saturday. So that's good. And I've been doing more meditating. I've been getting out more, like just generally getting out for walks and stuff. So bit by bit. And so gym, maybe I'll try and make gym something I get back more into next week. Maybe that can be my project next week. But it really is slow. It's slow to get habits in place, and you really cannot try and do more than one at a time, it seems. I'm gonna have more coffee. I'm gonna go soon because I really should eat. So, that is my wee report on how my occupational therapy has been going, and my microphone test. I can hear it, by the way, that I'm doing too many plosives. I avoided doing it just then. It's been hard for me to make videos more frequently, but that is another thing I'm gonna get back into. Just bit by bit. Poco, poco. Poco, poco. So, I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna make myself some scrambled eggs, the new. And, hope you enjoyed my little ear-to-ear ramble. I'm hoping these microphones will be good for circle time as well. So I will do some more circle time soon, and I'm gonna do a reading from a book, and there was some other videos I had in mind to do, so shall do.